start the game. He'll bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Panthers' offense will take the field first. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before. And that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they faced this year. So we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Takes the handoff and he's going right. He's going to lose a yard on that one. 2024 was a transition year for UCLA. New coach, new schemes, but one surprise was Carson Schlesinger, third in the nation in tackles. He's now in the NFL, David, so what's the big adjustment for this defense?
Well, I tell you what, the team finished strong. And whenever you change coaching staffs, you need that believe, that buy-in moment. Finishing 4-2 down the stretch, I thought was a good thing. So can the defense swarm? Can they game tackle? Who's the next guy in this rotation that's going to step up and make plays?
Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Let's look at the big picture for Pitt. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range if people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, Dave?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love. Now, Jesse, how do they handle it?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got...
Intercepted in the first drive into the Pitt. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Here's the handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Bruins come to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down. And they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to...
Into the open. He's got the sideline going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. The Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. The corners are walked up tight. Power football with the run. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field. It's Iamaleava. He's got the tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Now on 3rd down, this offense has been rolling. Can the defense stand tall? The play action fake. Touchdown, UCLA! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. the Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got it behind the line. It's Lee. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Wants to go up top on first down. The sure hands, it's Johnson.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. They just keep firing. Trying to beat the D deep. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, he'd be forcing it a little more.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to.
Makes the grab past the marker. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Holstein. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle, it's Williams. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Pitt now operating in the red zone. Quick release by the QB. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Fires into the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Pitt. Extra point here will tie the game. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Quickly out to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Bruins will hustle to the line.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. On the run, it's Cox. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down. The Bruins decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Panthers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Fires to the tight end. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to pass, it's Holstein. Now improvising. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Snagged in the middle, it's Lee. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've already converted a fourth down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Makes the grab down the middle. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, boys.
And the Panthers are moving quickly down the field. Might be looking to run. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I love defenses that can mix it up between man and zone, and I love the vision right here by the quarterback, seeing the quarterback the whole way, breaking on the football when that hand separates from the other hand. Nice job of getting the deflection. Nice vision by that quarterback.
And he makes a completion there, set up and in business at the 20.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Holstein. Hauls it in. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And this one will be stopped for no gain. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Fighting off the defender. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's UCLAvs. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Sent it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Bruins will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Shoots it to the left. Got him downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Safe completion on the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And they're already in the 2nd quarter. They've got over...
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking for a man. It's UCLAvs. Going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position. The fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game and just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive. And not just that, they're taking deep shots way down the field. But give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
One more snap coming before halftime. Hand off from the shotgun. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the Rose Bowl.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Pitt will try to boot this thing deep to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Flores. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going. And the ball is loose. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
To the air, it's Iamaleava. Makes the grab, it's Matthews. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 15, and that gives him some more room to work.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Right on the money. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. The Bruins will punt this one away. Wants to bring it back. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson. Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Looking to scramble. On the move, he fires. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looking to throw again. Grabbed in the middle. It's Williams. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. Rides to back on the option, the give. He has the 1st and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Got some work to do after that last play. 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Holstein. Here's a hit. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it back to the 24-yard line, and this defense loves to feast on takeaway. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Looking downfield on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. And the Bruins want to crank the tempo.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the 1st down. And now on second down for this offense. Got it in the middle. It's Matthews. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Well, that is a gutsy play call on that fourth down. I think everybody here in the stadium, including myself, was expecting them to try to throw the football, but they ran it and caught the defense off guard.
He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Off the RPO, complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It'll be third and long. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Got the quick pass. They get him stopped at the 32. A solid pickup, but it will bring up a fourth down and decision time.
Now, a fourth down.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They'll try to put points on the board with a field goal to start this fourth quarter. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. And it's right down the boulevard. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy.
Turning it on! Nice pick up there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Off play action. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. The Bruins moving quickly to the line. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the grab on the left. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Now on 2nd and short.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Bruins are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Complete downfield. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down.
There he goes! Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Honestly, it just looks like the defense has better players on the field, and that's really demonstrated itself throughout the course of the game. They've got more speed. They've been able to shut this offense down in every possible way, and even on that last one, not letting them get out of bounds. You've got to be impressed with what you've seen by this defense.
And guys, they've come through on the first 2 3rd down tries. This one might be a little tougher. Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And after putting an earlier field goal up, they'll try it again, this time a 45-yarder. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical.
Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. Pitt will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical.
Gonna take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Makes the grab. It's Matthews. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. And the Bruins want to pick up the tempo. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't...
Brings into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
Let's go.
To the air on 1st down. Got his man. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The Bruins can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. And the Bruins have it with a first and goal. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Bruins! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Got to give this team credit, guys, because good teams find ways to win games. I know they were their favorite coming into this one, but they get the touchdown when they need it. You got to convert the two-point play to tie this thing up. There's still time left at the end of this game, but you feel like the momentum is now back on their side.
He's got it. The two-point try is good, and we are tied here in the fourth. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Dropping back, it's Holstein. Buys a little time. He'll pull it down. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. Now on first down from the 30. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Stepping to the right. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Complete to the left. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. Gets it past the marker. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. The Panthers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Out of the gun to give to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's second and 7.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
Oh, he's got some space. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down.
Late in the game, a lot about execution, right? The quarterback has to understand situational awareness, has to understand it. First of all, he does a great job of scrambling, but then the understanding part we're talking about clicks in. Does a great job getting the first down and getting out of bounds.
Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left.
And as a defense, you're playing so aggressive, just trying to get downhill. And how about the running back? Runs it and gets a little bit to the right. So now they're on the right hash, and maybe the kicker likes it from that area. But this offense doing everything they can to set up for the game-winning field goal.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're running the football over to the right-hand side, and obviously that's where the kicker wants this thing. He told his head coach, get me on the right hash. I can draw this thing on the kick. It's the angle I want to go and win this game.
Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout is called.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And it is good. Split gets the uprights on the chip shot. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memory.
I agree, Reese. I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played late.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big-time clutch, right? These are the ones that define your seasons, define your careers, and the ones you never forget, those heartbreakers that come down to the last play.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.